Hi, today I'd like to give you my iOS 6 accessibility feature wish list. So, Apple is rumored to release iOS 6 at an event in June, and I just wanted to show you what accessibility features I would like to see in the latest release. So, last year when iOS 5 was released, it included many new accessibility features, including speak selection, which allows you to highlight text and have it read back to you, custom vibrations, LED flash for alerts, assistive touch, and voiceover enhancements, along with Siri, which is the intelligent voice assistant. So these are some things that I would like to see added to the next release of iOS. The first thing is, when using speak selection, I would love to have it highlight the text that's being read aloud so that you don't have, if you look away for a minute, you can quickly look back and know where it's reading in the text so you can follow along. Currently what happens when you're using speak selection with iOS 5 is if you select a large amount of text and press speak.
This weekend, Verizon announced its plans to make a nationwide system allowing cell phone users to text message 911. The system will be in place as early.
It reads, but it doesn't scroll or highlight as it reads. So if you lose your place, then you have no idea where it's reading from. So it would be great if they added synchronized highlighting. The next feature is highlighting in iBooks. So currently in iBooks, when reading a book, you really are kind of in a hard place in terms of having it read aloud to you. You can select a whole page and say speak, but then with each page, you're going to have to read the book over again. Select over again. You can turn on voiceover.
Voiceover on. iBooks. Library. Button.
And then you can read it.
Gestures you use to control. Important. Voiceover changes the gestures you use to control iPhone. Once voiceover is turned on, you must use voiceover gestures to operate iPhone, even to turn voiceover off.
And then you have to turn it off. Well, you don't have to, but it's best to turn it off to define a word or to do other things like that. It would be really nice if they put something maybe right next to the text resize button that's just a play button, and it reads it with text-to-speech, synchronized highlighting, and everything. The next thing that I would like to see is better handling of PDFs in with iBooks or just preview. So now when you open up a PDF from the internet or from really anywhere, it's hard to read it. With speak selection you can't select it, and with voiceover it's difficult to navigate, and for sighted users who just need some text-to-speech. So it'd be great if they put a read button up there or made it a little bit easier. Maybe what they could do is something like VZBooks PDF Reader, which reads PDFs.
Start. What is VBooks PDF Voice Reader?
It reads PDFs and highlights as it goes along. The next things that I would like to see Apple do in iOS 6 is, again, with iBooks. It'd be very nice if you have an iBook and the same audiobook, if they would sync up the two with highlighting like they do in Braille. So in Braille, I have the sample book, and it has text. It has a human voice narration, synchronized highlighting, and you can see the text. So I can press this button.
Now, my dears, said
And you see it turns the pages, it highlights, and it's a human voice. So it's really the best of both worlds. A big thing that I really would like to see is improved handling of text-to-speech voices. Currently, if you have multiple apps that have text-to-speech built in, so I have Prismo, iBooks, VZ Books, and there's many others. If you have one of those apps and you want a voice, many of them require you to pay for the voice. So, for example, in Prismo, they cost $2.99 per voice. So I had to buy the Heather voice. But I already own the Heather voice on my computer with Read2Go comes with the Heather voice. VZ Books, you might have to buy another voice. So you might have to buy the same voice over and over and over again. And it's really unfortunate because that can start to add up when you already own that voice and you just want to use it for all your apps. So what they could do is kind of like what Android does now, is just allow you to buy text-to-speech voices and use them system-wide with any app that you want to use them with. So maybe like they do with ringtones in iOS 5, they could do that with text-to-speech voices. So, see, in ringtones, I can say buy more tones, and I get taken to the store, and I can buy new ringtones. Well, it would be really great if it said your default voice for any app that uses text-to-speech is Heather or Ryan, and you can buy more in the store, and it will work with any app. Next is the ability to change Siri's speaking rate. So currently, when you're using Siri, without VoiceOver on, the speaking rate is constant and you can't change it. But for people that use text-to-speech all the time and have adapted to listening to higher words per minute speaking rates, this can seem very slow and monotonous if you're listening to a slower voice all the time. So what would be great is if they would speed up the voice of Siri, or allow you to change the voice of Siri to something that suits your needs well. Another thing that I would really love to see for people who are familiar or use Braille or find the built-in QWERTY keyboard inaccessible is the Braille Touch keyboard. This keyboard puts 6 dots on both sides of the screen, as you see in these images, and then you hold the screen facing away from you and use the 6 dots to type out letters like in the Braille alphabet. It's extremely quick, eyes-free, and could be a lot better for a lot of users, especially those who are blind, using the iPhone. So that would be a great addition. Another thing that I would like to see is a Do Not Disturb button or setting toggle switch for notifications. So in the Mountain Lion, which is the next release of Mac or OS X, they have just added a switch up here that says Do Not Disturb, and it will block all the notifications from coming into your device and popping up and distracting you. So this would be a great addition to iOS, because if you're doing work on your iPhone or your iPad and you don't want to be disturbed by a game reminding you to play or some text messages, it would be great if they could just add something that says don't disturb me so I can concentrate for a little while, and it would benefit a lot of people. Another thing that they probably won't add in, but it would be very cool if they did, is built-in OCR for voiceover and speak selection. So this would be similar to JAWS. The latest version of JAWS has this built in, where if it sees an image, it tries to OCR it, which is optical character recognition, and tries to take out the text from that so it can read it to you. So like, for example, if you have an image of a event coming up, and it's just an image, a screen reader like VoiceOver won't be able to read it. But if it does OCR to it, then you will be able to see, oh, the event's on this date, or something like that. I'll give you an example quickly. So if I go to Apple's website, I'll show you about the event, WWDC, where they'll likely announce iOS 6.
VoiceOver on. Safari. Apple developed. WWDC 2012. June 11, 2015 in San Francisco. It's the week we've all been waiting for. Heading level 1. Link. Image. VoiceOver off.
So this image has the alternate text set correctly, so it's accessible. But if this didn't have the alternate text being WWDC 2012, then somebody who uses a screen reader or is blind would have no idea what it says. With the OCR built in, it would OCR that and be able to read it to you. Another thing that I would like to see added is improved spotlight searching. So currently, if you want to define a word, sorry, I'm not very good at typing. It's kind of hard to do because in Spotlight it's hard to do because unlike on the Mac, it doesn't give you the definition just by typing in the word to Spotlight. So it'd be cool if they added that as one of these choices. Just define and you press it and it goes straight to the dictionary. One more thing that I would like to be added to iOS 6 would be improved Siri integration with third-party apps and built-in apps. So now, for example, I can as you see, I can ask Siri to do a lot of things, but they're all pretty specialized, and none of them are apps that I've downloaded from the App Store. In iOS 6, it would be great if they added something that says, like, or allow developers to integrate Siri into their apps. So, for example, I could say, New York Times, read me the article about the presidential election. Or, Prismo, get ready to scan a document. Or, read to go, please download me this book. So that'd be really great and big improvement to iOS. So that's the features that I would like to see added into iOS 6. Let me know what you would like to see added in the comments, and we'll see you soon enough at WWDC June 11th. Alright, thanks for watching.